Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. I'm Damian Hill. With me, as always, is TJ O'Connor. Tonight, we are joined with Jimmy Padilla, who is getting ready to fight this upcoming March. 23rd, 24th, or 25th? It's a 3-night show. We'll get that out of Jimmy later on. But before we get started, the sponsors of the show: James Clark Sports Psychology and Hypnosis Therapy, Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Strings Tattoo out in New Brighton, Minnesota, The Fighters, and TJ's mom. How are you doing tonight, Jimmy?
Dude, I'm doing really great. First of all, let me say thank you, TJ and Damian Hill, for having me on the show, bro. I'm a really big fan of yours. Honestly, since last year, I remember watching your shit, dude, and saying, man, I really hope that I can be on Damian Hill's show one day, you know? So it's crazy. I'm kind of manifesting. This is my year for manifesting shit, you know? First, I would like to start off by kind of shout out to Brandon Jenkins, because if it wasn't for him, man, I would not be out here in Vegas, you know, shooting for my goals, shooting for my dreams, man. All this is possible because of that guy, bro. Brandon, I love you a lot. Y'all go watch his fight at the UFC at the Apex Center. It's going to be Brandon Jenkins versus Breaker Koyas, lightweight fight, April 16th. Y'all go check it out. Go buy your tickets at ufcvip.com. Also, I want to give a shout out to Valhalla Combat. You know, when I was out there in Minnesota, y'all guys showed love. Y'all gave me skills, and y'all gave me a reason to keep going too, man. Shout out to local millwright services in all positions. You know, that's Raymond Garza. Hit him up at 806-518-7500 for all your millwright industry needs. You know, that's another guy who's supporting me out here and making sure that I got a roof over my head, that I'm eating right, and I'm doing what I got to do, you know. Also, shout out to Rodriguez Cabinets in Odessa, Texas. And yeah, man, that's pretty much that, bro.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I love that shit. I love it. I love that you have so much support behind you already, especially so early into your professional career. Now,
And it's something else, you know, just 2 years ago, I had absolutely nobody in the world and shit. And now this year, it's like I got the whole world got my back right now, you know. I just can't fail, bro. I just can't fail. You know, I got my mind. I'm making it to the UFC. I came out here on a fucking man, bro. I just came out here. I jumped. I didn't have a living situation. A friend heard that I had an opportunity to come out here and train. It bought me a plane ticket. So when they said that, I left my car. I took the plane, came out here, and since then things has fallen into place. Place to live, you know, place to train. Syndicate's been showing a lot of love, bro. Making sure that I'm out there training every day. And yeah, I'm really blessed right now.
hell yeah. And honestly, so being in a room with all the elite athletes that are at Syndicate MMA, how much is that added to the inspiration behind you? I mean, granted, you said that this is your year. This is your year. This year, 2022.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, honestly. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, bro, or I'm sitting there at the gym. Frank Mir sitting there teaching the class. The other day, Forrest Griffin came in. He was just observing, you know. And there's UFC veterans that are sitting there working, training with us, man. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm in a movie right now, you know. I'm in a fucking movie right now. I never thought I'd be this far in my life, bro. And I thank God that I didn't give up, and that, you know, like I said, people were there during my darkest times, bro.
I love it. And I'm so great. I'm so glad to hear like how much just on an impulse and just going with it because you knew it was the time it was. Because one of the things, especially after talking with Damien, and then I had a chance to read the article that just came out about you as well from the last round, and hearing that you went out there, I thought it was the perfect fit for you because I had a chance to see a couple, you know, obviously you had the LFA fight, everyone's seen that, but then you fought a couple times on the Valhalla cards in kickboxing. And the one thing about you is the heart and the skill. And it's just that Jimmy's one of those guys, when you see him fight, you can see that he loves this, being in the fight. So going out, being in a room full of killers, obviously at Syndicate, head coach John Wood. I mean, I'm really happy for you. And to steal Damien's line, I don't even have a question right now. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it is something else, my guy. It really is something else. Like I said, blessed right now.
Yeah, I guess now since you're getting ready to fight coming up this March and on a 3-day event for Cage Aggression, what day are you actually fighting on? And were you given an opponent yet? Because I haven't been able to find one online.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I did not prepare myself to give out my opponent's name. I should have had that, but yeah, they found an opponent for me. You know, he's a striker, a Muay Thai guy. He likes to bang just as much as I do, man. So I'm really trying to. I'm really looking forward to banging all 3 rounds with him. You know, if we can do that, you know, I really appreciate it, bro. And yeah, man, I'm excited as fuck. Cage Aggression really looking out. Got me a decent fight. You know, it's not somebody that I feel I'm gonna walk through. You know, it's somebody who's gonna test me. I'm gonna test him, and it's gonna be a good fucking show, bro.
Hell yeah. And honestly, the fans can appreciate that, of course. And I'm glad that you are kind of blanking on your opponent's name right now, because that just leads us to another follow-up interview in the future, which we're definitely going to have. But knowing that you're facing a striker or a guy that's known for striking, a guy that's known for his Muay Thai, as you said, what have you been doing to prepare for them? And I guess it's not like you're not in a elite level room where you there's not a bunch of guys to choose from to try to simulate your opponent. What have you been doing to prepare for your opponent? What do you expect from your opponent? And what have your training partners been doing to change or to help you prepare?
All right, so real talk, man. When it comes to opponents and all that, bro, I have a tendency to never want to watch their videos. I don't want to know much about them. I know at the end of the day, when I step in that cage, it's not about him. It's about me and everything that I need to work on better. I can't focus on nobody and what they're gonna do. I got to worry about where I'm good at, where I'm bad at, how I can better myself every day. And I guess to say that, what am I doing every day? I'm going to syndicate martial arts, bro. Like they teach you everything you need to be ready there. Brandon Jenkins is on top of everything. He sees me. He sees where I need work, and he just helps me fix it right up. John Wood too has been cleaning my striking up a lot better, you know. And yeah, just being there, syndicate, bro. I'll get everything I need, honestly.
No, and that's great to hear. And you can talk about, without even having a name, you tell me you're fighting a guy that's a striker and wants to do Muay Thai. Oh, you're training with Brandon Jenkins. I think you're doing all right. And then that's the name that the local fans are going to recognize off the bat. You can only mention the names of UFC fighters, guys that no one's heard of yet that are going to be the next UFC fighters that are in that room. Jimmy Padilla. There's a lot of guys in that room that are putting in work. And when you get a call from Cage Aggression, you're probably obviously the top promotion in Iowa, one of the top promotions in the Midwest for sure. So you're getting a tough guy regardless of the name. Being in the room, obviously you're putting in the work you are, but knowing that, regardless of a name, once you get the call that you're going to be fighting for Caged Aggression, what kind of work goes in behind the scenes? Obviously you're in the room, do everything every day, but what type of recovery and everything are you doing to be able to ensure that you're getting the work the next day?
All right, so man, like literally, I am waking up in the mornings. I'm jogging out to Syndicate MMA. It's like an hour jog, bro. 30 minutes or 40 minutes sometimes. But I jog there. I work with John Wood in the morning. I do jiu-jitsu right after, and then I do fight training after. And then I'm mopping up right now to kind of handle up on my dues, So I really appreciate them for giving me that. Afterwards, I go out. I jog back home a whole another fucking hour. After all that, I eat. I'm not gonna lie, smoke a little weed. That way I can kind of get all this off me. I'm in a legal state, by the way. Word to that. And man, I fucking wake up and I go to the next day, bro. It's my passion. It's the fact that I know that this is what I do. This is what I'm born for. This is what I'm meant to be. And that's what gets me going every day, bro. Oh yeah, and these motherfuckers right here. Fuck is that? Liquid IV. You need that shit if you're training every day, bro. Stay hydrated. Liquid IV. You need that shit.
Oh yeah. Okay, so an hour long jog, sometimes you make it in 45 minutes. It At the beginning of the week, are your times better running to the gym than your times at the end of the week?
No, man. Honestly, I got to get there every day. And I try to make it back home on time every fucking day. So yeah, no, I don't let up a little bit, man.
Oh hell yeah, I love it. I love it. Staying consistent, staying training, and then honestly, being in the gym, being around the people that you have, and then as you mentioned, your liquid IV that you take every single day has got to help benefit you in the recovery. And then you're around all of the right people leading up to this fight. When you are, one of the biggest questions for fighters is about the weight cut. When you are making that final weight cut, uh, have you been able to learn the better ways to do it by being at Syndicate MMA around guys that have trained their bodies in the most elite way to be able to lose the weight for the minimal amount of time and then rehydrate their to the best of their abilities before the fight, and then also yeah, I believe that's the question. Yeah.
All right, so honestly, I got to give that credit to American Top Team in Savage, Minnesota, man. They're the ones who really got me ready and prepared for the weight cutting and the eating right and stuff like that. Really, when it comes down to me weight cutting, I eat regular. I start cutting down to Chinese food only because motherfuckers don't gain weight like that. I cut down to Chinese food, a lot of chicken, turkey and stuff like that. The closer I get to the fight, I try to stick to just like sushis and vegetables. Then after that, I start just trying to keep away from like sugars and all that, and just straight water. Gallons of water. Try to just flush my system out. A lot of sweating, lot of a lot of getting rid of body mass sometimes. Honestly, if I work extra hard, I lose some of that muscle weight too. If I have to, just to cut down. And then as far as getting back on it, man, I just eat, bro. I just eat whatever my body tells me to. I'll listen to it. I take care of it, and yeah.
Okay. Now, speaking on, I guess actually going back to the beginning of the interview, what TJ actually originally brought up, the interview that you did with the last round, they got a few things off.
Yeah.
Now, without trying to throw them or their page under the bus at all, I'm curious to know what were the things that they got wrong, because I honestly I thought it was a very beautiful article. It was very well written, and honestly I think it opened up a lot of people to a different side of you. It revealed a lot about who Jimmy Padilla is and where you come from, but there were a few things wrong. If you don't mind speaking on that a little bit, I would very much appreciate it.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So first of all, they said that I had no family when I was in Owatonna, Minnesota. So Owatonna, Minnesota is where I kind of grew up and stuff like that. I had nothing but family there. The only thing with that is my family was a little bit toxic. I had this feeling like nobody actually wanted to see each other grow. Everybody was at each other's throat. If they weren't fighting with this person, they were fighting with that person. And my whole dream of an MMA fighter, like I was getting comments from friends around the circles calling me fake ass UFC fighter, throwing a little shade under it. But I knew that shade came from family members who didn't see my vision, who didn't see my goal. And they couldn't see themselves getting there, so they sure as hell were never gonna see me getting there. So I had to get out of there. It was when I went to Minneapolis, Minnesota. I made another jump out there. I didn't have no family, nothing. I just knew that I wanted to train, and I needed a place to train. I love MMA, that's what I do. So made it out there, had to live out my car a bit, so I got a living situation and all that good stuff. And other than that, I mean, they got most of the story right, except for the Brendan Jenkins things too, man. Brendan Jenkins has never begged me to come out anywhere. Matter of fact, I think last year I was sick, man. I was just mentally ill, bro. Like seriously, I made a suicide pact with myself, bro, that if I didn't make it professionally by the end of that year, that I was gonna take my life. And the fucked up thing about it is I posted some shit on Facebook. I had my fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fucking blue belt tied up, ready to hang myself, bro. It's a little poetic. But yeah, dude. Out of nowhere, in November, I got a fucking text from Brendan saying, "Hey, I got you a fight. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, of course I want it. This is what I want. This is what I need in my life right now." I don't even think he understands. Like, he saved my life. Brendan Jenkins saved my fucking life, man, with that message right there, bro. Simple as that. So I owe him. Everything, man. Definitely, bro.
Dude, sorry, TJ. I'm honestly, I'm like trying to like fight back like tears and shit right now. Like honestly, that's some powerful shit right there where you made that pact with yourself, and Brandon Jenkins, the guy that you had met years earlier, was willing to, or I mean actually just reached out to you kind of out of the blue.
Right there, let me right there. Yeah, yeah. I knew Brendan way before that. I was training an American top team. You know, he was trying to push me. He wanted to see me do good. I was living out the gym. I was literally living out the gym. I was sleeping there at night. And what made it worse is that I had a girlfriend, you know, and instead of her leaving me like I was telling her to, she was kind of going through it with me. She wanted to be there, you know. And Brendan wanted me to go live with him and train with him. I didn't want to put that pressure on my girlfriend. I didn't want to put pressure on him and stuff like that. And she obviously was going to get up and go. So, like, me living out my car, I guess I had a fight for in the LFA that I backed out. And I was so embarrassed about that I couldn't even show my face around the gym. But I had to go because I had the feeling like when this Arctic cold front comes, my car is going to die. We're not going to be able to keep doing what we're doing and shit, and everything's just going to fall apart. And of course, we took off back to Old Town, Minnesota. I felt like I failed, you know, but my car died for like 3-4 months. It didn't start up till summer came, and then finally we were able to shoot right back out to Minneapolis. I got a job at Triangle Industry right across the street from the cellar because I knew that was the second best place. So I was like, you know what? I'll go to the cellar, you know. I made it out there. I worked for a little bit. As soon as I found an apartment, so we didn't have to be sleeping in our car, and my car just completely dies out and done. So we were walking, riding the bus. I didn't know about buses and all the routes. I'm a little country boy. So we walked a couple of times, like on the other side of the city, just to make it work, bro. And that's sad. I'm sorry that I put that girl through a lot. Shout out to you, Naira, because during that time I really needed you. At that moment, I wasn't talking to my family. I had no family whatsoever. Basically, put it that way. It was just me and her for like 5 years, you know. So shout out to that girl, bro. I'm sorry for ruining your life.
Man, that's powerful shit, dude. I appreciate you for sharing that with us.
Hey man, I got you, bro. You know, there's mental illness is a real thing, bro, and chasing your dreams not easy, man. Sometimes we drag people through the mud and they don't see what we see, you know, they don't see what we're trying to do, and we can't blame them and be mad at them for not being there for us. But what we do need to do is take accountability for when we mess up or we make mistakes and just do better and grow, man. No matter how much you get knocked down, remember you can only fold a piece of paper so much until it hardens up, you know. So just keep standing back up, bro. For all those having mental problems out there, just know you're good, bro.
I've seen you do well. I've seen you do very well, and that's one of the things that I feel like I appreciate the most about you is that you are able to uh, go out there and perform and overcome, and I don't know, not let the mental side break you. And honestly, I'm so glad that you didn't, because as I was reading the article, and as dude, there were some parts of that started to break my heart, and then you healed it all right back up right at the end of that, dude. Like honestly, I love the way that it was wrapped up where you're a guy that everybody can root for. Everybody can. And I feel like there's no question there, but I feel like TJ may have had a question, but if you have something to say, I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to say, yeah, man, like the only relatable part about me, man, is that I am not the strongest person, bro. I'm just as much as a coward as everybody else, but it's the fear of giving up and not trying that really, really scares the shit out of me. So when I'm in there and I feel afraid, I step in for that fucking punch. I step in so that punch can come my way. That way I can give one right back. You know, they call it Mexican boxing, bro. I take a hit to give a hit, you know? And that's dead ass what it is. So, man, all those people out there who think you are weak, that you are not good enough, bro, that you're afraid, remember, I too am that person. And I went ahead and just endured the pain, bro, and I got stronger, man. Look at me now, man. Fuck with me, bro. Fuck with me. You know?
I will fucks with you. I will fucks with you because I want to see you fight.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
We'll fox with each other, and if you get that reference,
Hey, man, Damien Hill, if you ever want to do that, man, you know, just out of respect and love, bro, want to put on a show, man, I'll be more than willing to do that with you, bro. Honestly, I got nothing but love and respect for you, bro.
That is not what I was trying to say at all. Oh, no, dude, I don't want the heat. I don't want the smoke. What I was trying to say is that, dude, I want to see you go out there. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you fight. Honestly, I enjoy you more as a training partner than as a than as his opponent because I think we could help each other grow.
Definitely, man. I feel that. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, bro. Yeah. I'm ready for it, bro. I'm ready for it. Anything I can get, you know. And yeah, man. When it comes to training partner, bro, like I never debo anybody. I always apply the same amount of pressure as they press to me, and I try to just push guys to get better. I always hear people say, "Man, thank you for that round. You know, you pushed me harder. You know, and you didn't like kill me while doing it." It's like, man, I'm just trying to push you as much as I want to get pushed. You know, so I understand. You know, I understand. It's like
Oh, hell yeah.
100%. I love it. I love how open you've been talking to us. You know, those very heavy subjects we've obviously touched on, and just talking about that, and that's one of the things that I hate to give the guy credit for anything, and I'm going to talk about him as if he's not on the call. But I hate Damian Hill. But that's one of the things he showed me is, you know, sparring at a level, you know, hit where you hit how hard you want to get hit. You spar to improve, and that's one of the things. You know, you don't want to overexert that, and that's one thing we talked about before the call. You know, you're in a room with the guys. You're like, oh man, I'm in here. I'm getting beat up, and I love it. And just putting yourself in, and that's what, you know. In that talk, hearing you talk about this, man, you just like, it's such a generic thing to say, oh, you have the heart of a fighter, but man, you seriously do, man. And hearing you talk about these lowest of lows, and then to get a call from a guy that, you know, you respect and love, who's, I mean, truthfully, we got to give Brandon respect. He's in the best spot of his career right now. He's a UFC fighter, big fight April 16th against your car close. So, I mean, for him to take his time to think of you, and for you, and like I said, in that tough moment to take that, dude, I'm so happy for you to take everything that came with it. You're in Vegas now. You're putting the essentially a dorm type situation from what you're telling me, man. You're waking up, you're training, and then you sleep. And that I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so excited for this fight come March. Please let us know once you do get the opponent's name and exactly what date it's on, because we want to promote that. It's a 3-night card for Caged Aggression. Like I said, biggest show, biggest promotion in Iowa. They put on huge fights, and to be on that card representing Syndicate MMA, man, I'm very happy for you. Going into the, you know, obviously what roughly 6 more weeks of training camp. You know, I wish you the best in that aspect, but what type of work, not in the sense of giving away a game plan or anything like that, but what's your biggest focus for the next 6 weeks on you, not your opponent, not the fight? What can you focus on to ensure that come that night in March when we figure out the exact date, you make sure you get your hand raised and continue on this professional journey?
Honestly, I am focused on spending every last dollar that I'm going to be making working and giving that to John Wood. I'm trying to get as much time as I can with him with my striking and doing sparring with the guys there in the gym. But mostly it's working with John Wood so I can get my hands exactly where they need to be. Just working with him within the last 3 days has really changed my game up so much. Like, I did great when I had no training partners and was training by myself. Now that I'm training with one of the best people in America, bro, I'm unstoppable. I don't want to talk a lot of shit, but that my opponent, man, just be ready, bro. Just be ready for a whole nother beast.
Hell yeah. And honestly, dude, I've always appreciated watching you go out there and perform the few times that I have seen you go out there and do it. And honestly, like I said earlier, dude, I don't want the smoke. I don't want the problems. And honestly, I admire you for thinking that I was basically kind of calling you out. I admire that because you accepted the challenge without fucking hesitation. There was no hesitation in the voice. Oh, we can do it anytime. Dude, that's what I love. That's what the fans love. And that's what you bring. That's the energy that we all know you're going to bring every time you fight, especially this next time. Dude, and you're training with the better team than you've ever trained with before. You're around people, the best people to be around. Dude, I don't know if I have any more to say. Like,
This way, Damien, you know what? When I was with the American Top Team, I went ahead and let go of my girlfriend and everything that I had to so I could be there for that fight, man. I should have been out there at 21. I should have been in the UFC by 22, bro. Put it that way. So right now, I don't care who's in my way. I don't got time to be afraid. I don't got time to think about loss. I just got time to get in that cage, make my money, put on a good show for the people, and show everybody what I'm about. This is what I do. This is who I am. You know, I ain't got no more time to waste, bro.
Dude, I love everything you just said. This is your time. 2022 is the year of Jimmy. We're gonna talk to you now. Obviously, we're gonna talk to you the rest of the year because you're gonna keep beating fools, and we're gonna keep talking to you. I can't wait. But before we wrap tonight up, every time we talk, we want to give you the platform to thank any teammates, sponsors, anybody that's been there for you outside the gym. The platform is yours. Just go.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, go check out Brendan Jenkins' fight on April 16th at the UFC Apex. Tickets are at UFCVIP.com. It's going to be Brendan Jenkins versus Draper Kios. And shout out to local Millwright Industries for having me out here. You know, they're out here supporting, sending what they can. That way I get training time with the best and the best. Shout out to Valhalla Combat, man, because really, y'all guys, y'all got so much love. Y'all like a family atmosphere. And every time I go out there, y'all got nothing but love for me, man. Shout out to Rodriguez Company too in Odessa, Texas, just for showing some love. And thank you for all the family members right now, family and random friends that have sent me money just to make sure I'm eating and doing good. Because I'm out here struggling and I'm just trying to chase a dream, man. So thank y'all people a lot. I would not be anything if it wasn't for y'all. I wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you giving me y'all time. So thank y'all so much.
Dude, we fucking love it. The fans love it. We all love you.
Yeah.
Jimmy, we can't wait to have you on again. Because we're still a little over 6 weeks or a little under 6 weeks away.
I got like 57 days to the fight, man. 57 days.
Okay, so right around
weeks and 1 day.
I'm sorry. What was that?
8 weeks and 1 day.
8 weeks and 1 day. Okay, so right around 14 days, we're gonna have you back on, and we're gonna talk again, and we're gonna want to see you wearing the same shirt with the muscles filling out just a little bit more. We're gonna check in with you at the end of the camp. We're gonna see how everything's going, dude. I wish you the best all the way up until then. And honestly, I can't wait to see who you reveal the opponent to be. That's the cliffhanger of the episode.
Yeah.
People watching this video, like this video, subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ. Don't be a hoe.
I'll beat your ass.